This is episode 586. And today we're talking about mind power, specifically your mind power, which is actually the ultimate success weapon, or you could even call it the unfair advantage. So, what does it take to be successful? A lot of people will have many definitions of it: do this, do that. And a lot of it, though, falls back on be, do, have. Who do you need to be? What do you need to do to order to get what you want to have? But ask around and you'll find different answers to the formula of success. And all of them are correct if that person is living a successful life as far as their definition goes. So there's many formulas for that. The truth is success leaves clues. And you can achieve the success in the area you desire by observing the common qualities and principles. And that's the key, is the common qualities. There's always a basis, there's always a foundation, there's always a common denominator that when it comes to success. And they are simple, these principles, and considered to be common sense, but most people just don't follow them. When I'm going to go through these tips, you're probably going to go, oh, I know that, or I've heard that before, or whatever it might be. The difference is you may have heard it before, but if you're not living it, you haven't embodied it. And so one of the biggest things when I was at different lectures and seminars, the really good speakers would say the three deadliest words that you can speak is I know that. Because as soon as you say that, your hearing stops. You don't listen, you don't hear. And you could say, oh, I've heard this before, I'm not really executing it. Let me see how this person addresses it so I can learn more from them. So these tips I'm going to go over aren't really top secret, but they are common sense, and these are not so gentle reminders. So what I want to do is share with you one of my favorite quotes before we get going, and that is, there are no secrets to success. It's the results of preparation, hard work, and learning from failure. Colin Powell. That is the formula for success. If you read that quote and underline those aspects, which I'm going to go over, you're going to be successful. So enjoy this podcast on mind power, the ultimate success weapon. So mind power tip number one is preparation, right? You don't have to wait for everything to be perfect. I remember when I got into coach and I hired a coach, I was putting together some special reports and some books and etc. And he told me, better done than perfect, better done to get it out there, to get feedback, as opposed to waiting for it to be, quote, perfect. So you don't have to wait for everything to be perfect to start taking action. Start with the first step and keep moving. We just have to keep going. The difference between success and lack of is that people don't take action. They wait. They spend too much time in this preparation phase. And so when we want to prepare, yes, we want to get, 50, 60, 70% of the information that we require, or the data, or whatever that is. But then we want to start taking action to verify that the path we're on is the correct one. So, and success does not happen overnight. We have to take a step at a time, get feedback, correct and continue, correct and continue. And part of that is prepare. So we prepare once, we take some action, we get feedback. Nope, that's not what we wanted. So we prepare again, take action, get feedback. Okay, that's half of what I wanted. And we continue, right? So it's correct, continue, prepare. Correct, continue, prepare. And so we must be ready to receive the success that you desire. So that could be in preparation even of your mind. If you have broke mentality, you aren't cultivating your mind to receive prosperity or the success that you want. So it's just not preparing for the actions, it's preparing yourself to receive the abundance that you are desiring. And how we do that is we look at our self-image, we look at self-love, we look at, is this vessel, named whoever you are, is it really prepared to receive all the blessings and all the abundance that you are desiring? And most likely, and this is not a knock against you or anybody or against me, but many times we are not prepared. We are not prepared because the fact that we just haven't cultivated our worthiness for it. So we need to work on self love, self image, self appreciation to prepare ourselves for the abundance that we are after. So, mind power tip number 2, hard work. Yes, work hard. Success needs hard work. It absolutely does. You have to put effort. Anything worthwhile requires effort. You need to have effort to go into it. You need to have the effort and the sustained effort to continually make progress. So don't listen to the get rich quick schemes because they just don't work. They're not going to be sustainable. You may get a little hit, you may get a small little piece of success, but it won't be sustainable because it's not built on a solid foundation. So you need to build your character and work hard on yourself and your business to achieve greatness, right? So your business needs to align with you. You have to be that character. You have to embody those success virtues and success values. And then you take you and put it into your business the same way. So you and your business have to align as far as your work ethic, your values, your morals, and your virtues. So work hard and work smart. It's not one or the other. You want to do both. So you want to work hard and work smart. Working hard means if you think of, let's just say you have a full-time job and you are trying to start a business. That business is not a side gig. A side gig is a hobby. So you want to work hard at your secondary business to replace your first one. That's working hard. Working smart is not calling it a side gig. It's my future business. It's my future empire. So you want to work hard and work smart. Tip number 3, learning from failure. Now we can use that word. We can use feedback. In NLP, we say there's no failure, only feedback. We're looking for results to check it. However you want to call it, we have to learn from the response, the feedback, the results we get from taking action. Successful people do not see failures as failures. They just see it as this is done. Now there's corrections to be made with it. They see them as important learning lessons. And here's the important thing. When we talk about a lesson or a learning from an event, the lesson must be positive and help you move forward. A lesson is not, well, I'll never do that again. I'll never date that type of person. I'll never invest in that again. Those are not lessons. Those are things that you're not going to do. A lesson is the things that you are going to do. And by taking those actions, you will move forward. So lessons that are capable of giving them insights to prevent such mistakes from happening again, right? So that's the what are you going to do as opposed to what you're not going to do. What you're not going to do is not a true learning because you're just avoiding. A learning is this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this action and I'm going to then identify the results. By adopting this mindset of turning each failure into a learning lesson or opportunity, you can never fail until you yourself quit. That's the ultimate failure, when you give up. And this gets back to when we set goals. Yes, we want to have a time frame on it, but a lot of people hit that time frame and go, I didn't hit my goal, I'm going to stop. Then why did you set the goal in the first place? Success is, hey, if I didn't hit it, let me extend the time frame and do more and do more and look at correct and continue, correct and continue. Even if you thought you were going to hit a goal in 6 months, it took you a year. Who cares? You still hit the goal. That's what's important, is that tenacity, resilience, and grit that stays with it. And then you will learn from each of the, quote, failures along the way. So just keep in mind that there is no overnight success. There really isn't. Determine what you want. This is critical as to what you want, because part of success is getting what you want and then wanting what you get. And then decide that nothing will stop you. When you have your goal, when you have what that looks like, there is nothing that's going to get in your way. You are going to be tenacious and you're going to keep charging like a rhino and you're going to keep going until you achieve your goal. Be persistent and consistent. That means do things regularly and do them consistently. So if you're going to do some marketing and you decide you're going to do it 2 times a week it is for the next year. Just keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. Consistent and persistent. So you can find the show notes for this podcast at warriormindcoach.com. And while you're over there, you can find some other important information. There is some blog posts, some other podcasts there, and some information on how to touch base with me. And since you'll be on the internet, please follow me on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest under Warrior Mind Coach.